A warm welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. This is an interesting video for me because I remember before I started the channel, there was a channel over in the USA called The Junk Man. Used to talk about these borderless blonde towels by Zaino. And I always wanted to try them, but you could never get them in the UK. They were hard to source over here. And someone in the comments was talking about cotton cloths the other day, and I mentioned these towels and put it into Google, and they were available. So I've bought myself a pack, and I'm really interested to crack them open and try them. But these are, so as well as being rare in the UK, they're also unique, that these cloths are not microfiber. So let's just go through and read all the product blurb. So reflection, perfection, Zaino, blonde border-free towel, the most luxurious, soft, safe and effective towel available anywhere. Is it? Is it? Is cotton softer than modern microfiber blends? You know, the 70-30 stuff? Don't know. Unique border-free design, won't scratch. Efficient buffing of product, leaving an amazing finish. Great. Safe for all finishes, including the finest in the world. Well, yeah, okay, fair enough. Great for use with Zaino detail sprays and for buffing off Zaino residue, polish residue, I assume they're talking about there. We spent years anxiously but patiently developing the Zaino blonde. What is anxiously but patiently? Slightly deranged. Zaino, what's that? There's a bit of water on there, sorry. Zaino blonde border-free towel. Working directly with textile experts and manufacturers, hundreds of revisions later, hundreds, God blimey, hundreds of revisions later, we'll go with it, we're able to exclusively bring a towel to you that finally meets our standards. Borders scratch. We analysed thousands of towels. Thousands? I don't know, back then I don't think there was thousands of towels. Well, you got a good analytical team there. We found many combinations of style and material. They all scratch. The Zaino blonde towel does not have a border to scratch. It's an interesting thing. I'm just going to lock onto that for a second. Yeah, I don't think you need to be too worried about borders on towels. Like most of them use the suede microfiber border. The silk edge perhaps is less preferable, it's less common nowadays because the suede microfiber edge is softer. Some of them obviously have a stitched edge, which might be undesirable on certain paintwork towels. So yeah, perhaps an edgeless towel is really cool and the way to go, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's a level of concern that, you know, an excellence that, you know, okay, might be over the top for some people. But that's what kind of detailing is all about. Now, these towels are made of cotton rather than microfiber. So cotton doesn't have those sort of kind of properties of a microfiber cloth that's kind of, microfiber is like charged, isn't it? It attracts dust, it holds on to dirt more, grips it. You know, it's really efficient at taking off kind of products and stuff like that, pulling dirt, pulling material, pulling product, pulling wax, you know, pulling sealant off of car panels. We know it's effective. Microfiber tends to grip more than cotton, so sometimes cotton, some leather specialists and experts will say, Ian told me this, that you know, cotton towels can be favourable for cleaning leather because they don't pull on the leather quite as much like a microfiber towel. I was discussing in the comments the other day with, this is why I bought this, because a couple of guys were saying that they still like to use cotton cloths because they find they're softer and they mar less when they're doing wipe downs on A-pillars and stuff. So maybe there is some truth into cotton actually being softer, but my gut instinct is that cotton won't attract dust as much and it won't pull dirt into it as well as microfiber. Okay, so that's just some little preamble thoughts. We're going to test it all now. There's another problem with these towels. They cost £35 and I bought them from Clean Your Car in the UK. That's 3 cloths and I believe they're 16 by 24 inches. So they're slightly rectangle. These are the most expensive microfiber towels I've ever bought in my life. The previous record, I think, would have been the Microfiber Madness Crazy Pile that were about £10 a cloth. So these being about, what, or 35 quid roughly for 3 cloths. Incredibly expensive. They look square to me though. They look like, so reading, I'm sure it said on the Clean Your Car product site they were 16 by 24, but I may well have got that wrong, but they look like a square cloth to me. So I'll just measure them while I'm live on the video. I don't want to say anything that's wrong, you know, so just check everything, but I'll check that afterwards. So yeah, so they look like a 40 centimetre, which is roughly 16. Yeah, so a 16 by 16 or a 40 by 40 cloth, roughly, according to my measurements. First impressions getting them out of the bag is it feels softer than I expected it to feel for a cotton cloth versus a microfiber cloth. It doesn't have the gumminess of a 70-30 Korean blend microfiber. So if I stuck my hand on that Korean microfiber cloth, it's really gummy, like a memory foam mattress almost, and you can see your hand in it. Not quite as gummy. A lack of lint though, which is good, or a little bit there, coming a little tiny bit, but typically with a microfiber, when you get them brand new and you do that, you can have fibres everywhere. It feels very good quality. The edges, the cut quality looks superb, and it feels not much different to a microfiber actually. So let's just fold this back over, and we've got a test we're going to do for it. Coarse compound polish. Fuso, which is, I've left that to go cure and go stiff, and black hole, which is a bit easier to buff. So we'll start with the Fuso. It's extremely humid in this garage as well at this time of year, so I get all this slimy condensation over my car. Every time I come in here, and if I touch the paint and wipe on it with a microfiber, you've literally got to buff that whole panel to get that condensation off. It's real pain. So this will be good because hopefully that will absorb it. Let's get into it. Oh wow, yeah. So on the Fuso, that's picking it up better than I thought it would. That's picking it up still, yeah, it's good. Because this Fuso can be a bit of a pain. That has just pulled that straight out, no problem. Really just buffing to get the condensation off now and get a good finish. Right, let's flip sides. And we'll go to the, this is the Poor Boys. That's coming straight off. No, you would not know you were using a different material to microfiber. You wouldn't know. That is really absorbent. That's brilliant. You can see up here all those condensation marks. If I just wipe, get that back to a nice black panel. This is every bit as good as that towel I was testing the other day, that Fan Lab towel. Let's flip sides again. No linting so far. Now this is going to be the test. Let's start down here. Look, thick polish. Oh man, that's picking it up good. That's really good. In fact, that's doing a better job. This is picking it up better than that Fan Lab did, because that was a bit tough for that Fan Lab. This towel has exceeded my expectations, and it makes me think, wow, there is some merit to cotton as a cloth. If it does indeed, the claims about marring are probably less worried about. I saw some product haze somewhere. But if it is softer, and perhaps you notice a difference when you're wiping down like pillars, although this car, that's glass, but those cars that have the plastic trim on them, where that mars, if they're better on that, then there might be some legs in this product. Now what I want to do is just put some detail spray, put quite a lot on, I don't want to use too much. I'm just going to fold this completely over to the other side there, so we've got completely fresh sides. And let's just see what we can do with this. So we'll spread it first of all. So we've got the film, then we'll flip to a dry side, just buff that out to a nice little dry shine. That's good, yeah, it's fine. Really good. So really, that's actually good on, normally these fluffy cloths aren't so great on wet products as well, which was something I was talking about. That was actually really nice and smooth on the wet product. It does help that I'm working on smooth, good paint. Yeah, very good. Very good. Like 15 years ago, okay, if I wind the clock back 15 years when really this was all kind of, all this detailing stuff, I was just kind of discovering it. If I'd have got my hands on those back then, I'd have been like, wow, yeah, these are great, and I'd have bought a load of them. The problem you've got now, really, the problem you've got now is that how are you going to get people to pay 35 or 36 quid, whatever it costs, for 3 microfiber towels, you know, that are small hand towels, you know, 40 by 40. It's a tall order, and this is supposed to be a review, okay? So we talk about all this stuff. If you're getting angry and getting agitated at this point because we suddenly started talking about money, go away. Sorry, go away. I'm not interested in all the weird people that can't talk about all this stuff. This is the interesting stuff. Can this product make a comeback? I think it needs to be cheaper. I think the cloths, we talked about, I don't know the GSM of these cloths because it's not given, but they feel to me like somewhere between 400 and 500, maybe a bit lower, maybe 350 to 500. They feel similar sort of thing to that Lab cloth that I was using that's microfiber, okay, and was 370 GSM. They're a similar thing on the very surface of it, and they'll do a similar roll. The difference is that Lab cloth was like, what was the price? £2.80 or something per cloth. And these you're going to be paying close to 12 quid a cloth. So any professional detailer that's interested in buying these cloths is going to look at that and do the maths and say, no, I can't do it. I need to go with a £2.70 cloth or 80 cloth or whatever it is. I can't do the 12 quid cloth. And the guys at home, you might get a few people that watch this review and say, ooh, I want to try these because they're a detailing rare. They're a relic, you know, they're a rare item like in a computer game, the rares, you collect the rares. So if you're into your detailing, you might want to go and buy them because you want to just try them like me. The problem is that if you have a product that is only really going to be bought by a small amount of people because it's, you know, because it's a rare, it's not going to be profitable and it's not going to sell to the mass market. And you need a product to go viral to do really well. And to go viral, it has to be competitive price-wise. It has to be. Okay, like I say, some people get upset with that. So you're comparing whatever, 11, 12 quid a cloth with, you know, less than 3 quid a cloth. It's too tall an order for me. That's the biggest problem. So if they could get the price down on this, it would be great. Zaino are a brand for me that back in the day, 15 years ago, say, were great because of things like this and because they were one of the first brands to start, you know, trying to bring in excellence, and they weren't cheap. They're not for everyone, you know. But things like this are very exciting to me as a kind of guy that's really into detailing. But yeah, it's just a shame it's not financially viable. You know, if I wanted to use this cloth, I'd want to go and buy at least 10 of them, maybe 20. And that's going to cost me a lot of money. And that's probably going to put the brakes on it for me, yeah. Yeah, but very good, very good. The pickup on it is every bit as good as microfiber, which I didn't expect. The softness of it feels every bit like microfiber. The quality of it feels really good. It's not quite as stretchy as the microfiber. It's a bit more firmer in the hand when you're wiping over the panel. The pickup, yeah, really, really cool. So it's a very good product. And we've already talked about the price, but if you're interested in your detailing, give it a try and let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, is a very other few cotton towels used in detailing nowadays. An exception I can think of is basic white cotton terries that some of the leather guys use for leather cleaning. Apart from that, cotton towels just, they're not used, are they? Are there exceptions to that? I'm trying to think. Metal polishing, do you use cotton cloths? No, can't think. So there we go. Should cotton be more expensive than microfiber, John? That's a really important question that you didn't delve into. Not from what I can see, and that's based on me doing some searching for cotton towels in the UK, and there's Egyptian cotton, microfiber terries, and open pile cloths, hand towels that are used in high-end kind of, probably hotels and stuff that want high-end hand cloths. But they're all about £2 or £3 a cloth. They're a similar price to microfiber with the cotton cloths. So I don't know why the price is still so high on these. That's the only issue I've got with this, but otherwise very impressed with the performance. Really enjoyed getting to finally try these many, many years later. But like I say, the industry's moved on now. I'm almost looking at a piece of detailing history, memorabilia, and technology might have left these behind. That's what's going through my head. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to finish off. I'm just going to go over my black car with the detail spray and this towel and just enjoy a moment of reflection and try and put my head in a place where I used to really enjoy all this, the thought of trying all these new products, which is part of the enjoyment for me. So I'm just going to zone out. Sorry. That must have sounded so weird, like the old train spotting. But I'm just going to zone out and enjoy tidying up the paintwork and getting this condensation off of all my car with this product. Take care, and I'll see you soon on the Forensics Detailing channel. Put your thoughts on what I've just talked about in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now. Doug.